Welcome, everyone. Today, our topic is how to control your anger. Anger is natural. Everyone feels angry sometimes. But uncontrolled anger is dangerous. It can damage relationships. It can destroy opportunities. It can ruin your peace. It can harm your health. One moment of anger can create years of regret. Most people do not suffer because of their enemies. They suffer because they cannot control themselves. Anger feels powerful in the moment. It makes you feel strong. It makes you feel right. It makes you feel dominant. But after anger passes, it often leaves guilt. Real strength is not shouting louder. Real strength is staying calm under pressure. Controlling anger does not mean suppressing emotions. It means understanding them. It means responding wisely instead of reacting quickly. It means understanding them. It means responding wisely. When you react without thinking, anger controls you. When you pause and think, you control anger. This video is not about becoming emotionless. It is about becoming emotionally strong. Because the person who controls their anger controls their life. In this video, we will talk about practical and simple ways to manage anger. Not by ignoring it, but by mastering it. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Understand the root of your anger. If you want to control your anger, you must first understand it. Most people try to control anger without knowing why they are angry. Anger is not random. It has a reason. Anger is usually a reaction to something deeper. Sometimes it is hurt. Sometimes it is fear. Sometimes it is disappointment. Sometimes it is feeling disrespected. Anger is often a surface emotion. Underneath anger, there is another feeling. For example, if someone ignores you, you may feel unimportant. Instead of saying, "I feel hurt," you say something harsh. That is anger. If someone criticizes you, you may feel insecure. Instead of accepting the insecurity, you become defensive. That is anger. Understanding this is powerful. Because once you identify what is under your anger, you can manage it better. Ask yourself when you feel angry, what am I really feeling right now? Am I hurt? Am I afraid? Am I feeling disrespected? Am I tired? Sometimes anger is simply exhaustion. When you are tired, small problems feel bigger. When you are stressed, your patience becomes weaker. Physical condition affects emotions. Lack of sleep increases irritation. Poor diet increases mood swings. Constant stress increases frustration. So, part of controlling anger is taking care of your body. Another important step is noticing your triggers. Everyone has triggers. Some people get angry when they feel ignored. Some get angry when things do not go as planned. Some get angry when they feel criticized. Observe your patterns. When do you usually feel angry? Morning, during work, in traffic, in arguments? Awareness reduces reaction. If you know your trigger, you can prepare yourself. You can pause earlier. You can breathe earlier. You can respond calmer. Most anger happens quickly. Someone says something. You react immediately. But reaction is not necessary. There is always a small gap between stimulus and response. In that small gap, you have power. If you react instantly, anger controls you. If you pause for a few seconds, you control anger. Even 5 seconds can change everything. Deep breathing helps. Slow breathing calms your nervous system. When your body relaxes, your mind thinks clearer. Another important truth is this. Anger often comes from unrealistic expectations. You expect people to behave perfectly. You expect life to be fair. You expect situations to go your way. When expectations fail, anger rises. Reduce expectations. Increase acceptance. Not everything will go your way. Not everyone will understand you. Acceptance creates calmness. Acceptance does not mean weakness. It means maturity. Also understand that anger does not solve most problems. It may release tension for a moment, but it often creates bigger problems. Words spoken in anger cannot always be taken back. Relationships damaged by anger take time to repair. Respect lost due to anger is difficult to regain. Real strength is controlling yourself even when emotions rise. You cannot control others, but you can control your reaction. Understanding your anger gives you awareness. Awareness gives you choice. Choice gives you control. Controlling anger is not about becoming silent forever. It is about expressing feelings calmly. Instead of shouting, say what you feel clearly. Instead of attacking, explain your concern. Calm communication is more powerful than loud emotion. When you understand your anger, you stop being controlled by it. You become more stable, more respected, more mature, and life becomes peaceful. Remember this clearly. Anger is natural, but uncontrolled anger is destructive. Understand the root. Pause before reacting. Choose your response, because the person who controls their anger controls their power. Lesson 2. Practical techniques to calm down quickly. Understanding anger is important, but in real life, anger rises fast. In that moment, you need practical tools, because when anger is high, logic becomes low. Your heart beats faster. Your breathing becomes heavy. Your voice becomes louder. Your thinking becomes unclear. This is your body reacting. So first, calm the body. When the body relaxes, the mind follows. The first powerful technique is controlled breathing. When you feel anger rising, do not speak immediately. Take a slow, deep breath. Breathe in slowly through your nose. Hold it for a few seconds. Then release it slowly through your mouth. Do this 3 to 5 times. Slow breathing sends a signal to your brain that you are safe. Your nervous system begins to relax. This simple step can stop many arguments. The second technique is the pause rule. When you feel angry, pause before responding. Count slowly from 1 to 10. If anger is strong, count to 20. This pause creates space between emotion and reaction. Most damage happens because people react instantly. A few seconds of silence can prevent hours of regret. The third technique is stepping away. If the situation is intense, physically remove yourself. Go to another room. Take a short walk. Drink water. Distance reduces intensity. It is not weakness to step away. It is wisdom. Strong people know when to leave a heated moment. The fourth technique is changing your focus. When angry, your mind repeats the problem. You replay the words. You imagine arguments. Instead, shift your focus. Look at something neutral. Listen to calming music. Focus on your breathing. Changing focus breaks the cycle of negative thinking. Another powerful method is using calm language. When you speak, use slower and softer words. Lower your voice intentionally. Even if anger is inside, your tone can remain controlled. Your voice influences your emotions. Soft tone reduces internal tension. Avoid using extreme words like always and never. Instead of saying, "You never listen," say, "I feel unheard." This shifts the conversation from attack to understanding. Another helpful technique is writing your feelings. If you are too angry to speak calmly, write what you feel. Put your thoughts on paper. Writing helps release emotion without hurting someone. Often, after writing, you realize the issue is smaller than it felt. Physical movement also helps. Anger writing, You realize the issue is smaller than it felt. Creates energy in the body. Release it through movement. Do push-ups. Go for a walk. Stretch your muscles. Movement reduces tension. Staying still while angry increases pressure. Hydration also matters. Sometimes small physical discomfort increases irritation. Drink water. Take care of your body. You will notice your mood improve. Another important rule is delaying important decisions. Never make big decisions when angry. Never send long messages when angry. Never respond to serious matters while emotional. Wait until calm. Clarity returns with calmness. Remember this clearly. Anger is temporary, but consequences can be permanent. If you control your reaction for a few minutes, you protect your future. These techniques may seem simple, but simple tools, used consistently, create powerful control. Practice them daily. Do not wait for a big fight to test them. Train your calmness regularly, because calmness is a skill, and skills improve with practice. The goal is not to eliminate anger. The goal is to respond wisely. When you calm your body, pause your reaction, and choose your words carefully, you gain control. And control is strength. Lesson 3. Change your mindset about anger. If you truly want to control your anger, you must change how you think about it. Many people believe anger is power. They believe that shouting shows strength. They believe that reacting quickly shows confidence. They believe that dominating a conversation shows control. But real strength is different. Real strength is calmness. Real power is emotional control. Real confidence is responding wisely. When you change your mindset about anger, everything changes. Anger is not strength. It is often a sign of losing control. When someone can easily trigger you, they control you. When someone can make you shout, they control your emotions. If you react to everything, you give your power away. Calm people are powerful because they are not easily moved. Changing your mindset means understanding that not everything deserves a reaction. Some words are not worth your peace. Some people are not worth your energy. Some situations are not worth your stress. You do not need to respond to everything. Silence is sometimes stronger than words. Many people argue just to prove they are right. But being right is not always more important than being peaceful. Ask yourself, do I want to win the argument, or do I want to protect my peace? Peace is more valuable. Anger also comes from the desire to control everything. You want people to behave perfectly. You want situations to go exactly as planned. You want respect at all times. But life is unpredictable. People make mistakes. Plans fail. Unexpected problems appear. If you expect perfection, you will be angry often. Acceptance reduces anger. Acceptance does not mean you agree with everything. It means you understand that life is imperfect. When you accept that not everything will go your way, you react less. Another important mindset shift is seeing anger as a signal. Anger is information. It tells you something is bothering you. Instead of exploding, ask yourself, what is this anger teaching me? Maybe it shows a boundary was crossed. Maybe it shows you are tired. Maybe it shows you need better communication. Use anger as feedback, not as a weapon. Also understand that anger rarely solves problems. Shouting does not create understanding. Blaming does not create solutions. Aggression does not create respect. Calm communication solves more. Respectful dialogue builds trust. When you stay calm, people listen more carefully. Anger also damages your health. Frequent anger increases stress hormones. It raises blood pressure. It affects sleep. It weakens relationships. Long-term anger hurts you more than it hurts others. Ask yourself, is this moment worth my health? Is this situation worth my peace? Most of the time, the answer is no. Changing your mindset also means valuing long-term consequences. In the moment of anger, you feel justified. But later, you may regret your words. Words spoken in anger cannot always be repaired. Respect lost in anger takes time to rebuild. Think long-term. Think beyond the moment. Think about your reputation. Calm people are respected. Emotionally stable people are trusted. Trust builds opportunity. Respect builds influence. Another powerful mindset shift is understanding that everyone has their own struggles. Sometimes people behave badly because they are stressed, hurt, or insecure. This does not excuse bad behavior, but it helps you respond with maturity. When you see others with understanding, anger reduces. Empathy softens reaction. You cannot control how others behave, but you can control how you respond. That is your power. When you stop seeing anger as strength and start seeing calmness as strength, you grow. When you stop reacting to every trigger and start choosing your responses carefully, you mature. Controlling anger is not about suppressing emotions. It is about upgrading your mindset. You become someone who thinks before speaking, someone who pauses before reacting, someone who protects their peace. Life becomes easier when you stop fighting everything. Choose calmness. Choose understanding. Choose control. Because the person who controls their anger controls their life. Lesson 4. Strengthen your emotional discipline. Controlling anger is not a one-time action. It is a discipline. Emotional discipline means you do not let your feelings control your behavior. You feel the emotion, but you choose your response. Many people believe that emotions should always be expressed immediately. If they are angry, they shout. If they are upset, they react. If they are frustrated, they blame. But maturity is different. Maturity means feeling deeply but reacting wisely. Emotional discipline starts with awareness. Notice your emotional patterns. Do you get angry quickly? Do you react to small problems? Do you hold anger for a long time? Self-awareness is the first step. Without awareness, you repeat the same behavior. Emotional discipline also requires self-control during stress. Stress increases irritation. When you are tired, hungry, or overwhelmed, your patience decreases. So strengthening emotional discipline also means managing your lifestyle. Sleep properly. Eat balanced meals. Take breaks when needed. A healthy body supports a stable mind. Another powerful tool for emotional discipline is practicing delayed response. You do not have to respond immediately. You do not have to reply instantly. You can say, "Let me think about this." This creates space. Space creates clarity. Clarity reduces emotional mistakes. Emotional discipline also means controlling your tone. Sometimes the words are correct, but the tone is aggressive. Lower your voice. Slow your speech. When you speak slowly, your mind slows down. And when your mind slows down, your anger reduces. Practice this daily, even in small conversations. Another important skill is detachment. Detachment does not mean you do not care. It means you do not take everything personally. Not every comment is an attack. Not every disagreement is disrespect. Sometimes people speak carelessly. Sometimes misunderstandings happen. If you take everything personally, anger becomes frequent. If you learn to detach, peace becomes easier. Emotional discipline also requires forgiveness. Holding anger for days or weeks damages you more than others. Resentment keeps your mind heavy. Forgiveness frees you. You do not forgive because they deserve it. You forgive because you deserve peace. Strong people forgive quickly, but remember the lesson. Emotional discipline also means setting boundaries calmly. If something bothers you, express it respectfully. Do not stay silent and explode later. Say clearly, I am not comfortable with this. Clear boundaries prevent repeated anger. Another part of emotional discipline is practicing gratitude. Gratitude shifts focus from what is wrong to what is right. When you focus only on problems, anger increases. When you focus on blessings, calmness grows. Daily gratitude reduces emotional tension. Strengthening emotional discipline is like training a muscle. At first, it feels difficult. You may fail sometimes. You may react too quickly. That is normal. Do not quit. Each time you try again, you grow stronger. Over time, you will notice change. You will react less. You will think more. You will feel calmer. People will respect your stability. They will trust your maturity. Emotional discipline is a sign of inner strength. Anyone can shout. Few can stay calm. Anyone can react. Few can respond wisely. Life will test you. Difficult people will appear. Unexpected problems will arise. Your emotional discipline decides how you handle them. Remember this clearly. The strongest person in the room is not the loudest. It is the calmest. Strengthen your emotional discipline. Train your patience. Protect your peace. Because when you master your emotions, you master your life. Lesson 5. Build long-term anger control habits. Controlling anger in the moment is important. But real growth happens when you build habits that reduce anger long-term. If you only calm yourself during arguments, but do nothing daily to strengthen your mindset, anger will return again and again. Long-term control requires preparation. Preparation begins with daily self-reflection. Every night, ask yourself, when did I feel angry today? Why did it happen? How did I respond? How could I respond better next time? This simple reflection builds awareness. Awareness reduces repetition. When you study your patterns, you slowly break them. Another powerful long-term habit is regular stress management. Most anger is not about one small event. It is accumulated stress. Work pressure, financial worries, lack of sleep, unfinished tasks. These pressures build tension. Then one small comment creates a big reaction. Reduce daily stress intentionally. Organize your tasks. Plan your schedule. Finish important work early. When your mind is clear, anger decreases. Physical activity is another long-term habit. Exercise releases built-up tension. It improves mood. It balances hormones. Even a simple daily walk can reduce emotional intensity. Healthy body supports healthy emotions. Meditation is also powerful. You do not need complicated methods. Just sit quietly for a few minutes daily. Focus on your breathing. Observe your thoughts without reacting to them. This practice trains your mind to observe emotions without being controlled by them. Over time, you will notice a change. You will feel anger rising, but you will not explode because you trained your awareness. Another long-term habit is improving communication skills. Many arguments happen because of misunderstanding. Learn to express your feelings calmly. Instead of blaming, use statements like, I feel upset when this happens. Clear communication prevents emotional buildup. Also, reduce unnecessary conflict. Not every issue needs debate. Sometimes silence is smarter. Ask yourself before reacting, will this matter next week? Will this matter next year? If the answer is no, let it go. Another important long-term habit is choosing your environment wisely. If you are constantly surrounded by negativity, anger becomes normal. If you are around calm and mature people, your behavior adjusts. Environment influences emotion. Choose positive influences. Another key habit is practicing gratitude daily. Gratitude shifts focus from problems to blessings. When you focus on what you have, anger loses intensity. Daily gratitude creates emotional balance. Sleep is also important. Lack of sleep increases irritability. Rest restores emotional stability. Protect your sleep like you protect your peace. Long-term anger control also means reducing ego. Ego makes you want to win every argument, but winning arguments does not always win respect. Humility creates calmness. When you stop needing to prove yourself, you react less. Patience must also be trained. Patience is not automatic. It grows through practice. Start with small situations. Traffic delays, long lines, slow internet. Use these moments to practice calm breathing. Small daily patience builds strong emotional control. Remember this clearly. Anger is not eliminated overnight. It is reduced gradually. Every calm response strengthens your discipline. Every pause strengthens your control. Over time, anger will no longer control you. You will feel it, but you will manage it. That is real growth. Life becomes peaceful when you build habits that protect your emotions. Long-term anger control is not about suppressing feelings. It is about strengthening your inner system so reactions become thoughtful instead of explosive. Build daily habits. Train your mind. Protect your peace. Because the person who controls anger consistently controls their future calmly. Lesson 6. Develop emotional awareness before reaction. If you want long-term control over anger, you must develop emotional awareness. Emotional awareness means you notice what you are feeling before it becomes explosive. Most people do not suddenly explode. There are small warning signs. Tension in the body, faster breathing, tight jaw, negative thoughts repeating. But they ignore these signals. By the time they notice, anger is already strong. Emotional awareness helps you catch anger early. When anger is small, it is easy to manage. When anger becomes intense, it becomes harder. Start observing your body. When someone says something upsetting, notice your physical reaction. Does your heart beat faster? Do your shoulders tighten? Do your hands clench? Your body always reacts first. If you train yourself to notice early signals, you can calm down early. Emotional awareness also means observing your thoughts. Anger grows from certain thoughts. They always disrespect me. This is unfair. No one listens to me. When you repeat these thoughts, anger increases. Challenge your thoughts. Ask yourself, is this completely true? Am I exaggerating? Is there another way to see this situation? Sometimes your interpretation is stronger than reality. Changing perspective reduces emotional intensity. Another important part of emotional awareness is understanding emotional buildup. Sometimes you are not angry about this moment. You are angry about many past moments. Unresolved frustration accumulates. Then one small trigger releases everything. So regularly release tension. Talk to someone you trust. Write your feelings. Reflect honestly. Do not store emotions for too long. Healthy expression prevents explosions. Emotional awareness also includes recognizing your limits. If you are exhausted, do not engage in heated discussions. If you are stressed, Postpone serious conversations. Timing matters. Mature people choose the right time to speak. Another key aspect is observing your patterns. Are you more irritable in the morning? Are you more reactive under pressure? Are you more sensitive with certain people? Knowing your patterns gives you preparation. Preparation reduces reaction. Practice daily emotional check-ins. Pause during the day and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Am I calm? Am I stressed? Am I frustrated? This small habit builds awareness. Awareness builds control. Also understand that emotions are temporary. They rise, they peak, they fall. If you wait long enough, anger decreases naturally. But if you react quickly, you extend it. Let emotions pass like waves. Do not fight them. Observe them. Observation reduces intensity. Emotional awareness also helps you separate feelings from identity. Feeling angry does not mean you are an angry person. It means you are experiencing an emotion. This separation reduces guilt and increases control. You can say, I feel angry right now, instead of, I am angry. That small language shift creates psychological distance. Distance creates control. The more you practice awareness, the stronger your emotional intelligence becomes. Emotionally intelligent people are respected. They handle pressure calmly. They think clearly during conflict. They do not react blindly. Life becomes smoother when you understand your emotions instead of fighting them. Emotional awareness is the foundation of anger control. Without awareness, reaction is automatic. With awareness, response is intentional. Train yourself to observe. Train yourself to pause. Train yourself to understand. Because when you understand your emotions early, you prevent damage later. And calmness becomes natural, not forced. Lesson 7. Build inner stability and strong self-control. If you truly want to control your anger, you must build inner stability. Inner stability means your emotions do not shake you easily. It means small problems do not destroy your peace. It means you remain calm even when others are not. Most people react because they are emotionally unstable. Their mood changes quickly. Their patience is weak. Their self-control is low. So one small trigger creates a big reaction. Inner stability is built slowly. It begins with accepting that life will not always be smooth. People will misunderstand you. Plans will fail. Mistakes will happen. If you expect perfection, you will be angry often. If you expect imperfection, you stay calm more easily. Another part of inner stability is emotional detachment. Detachment does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop overreacting. Not every situation needs your emotional energy. Not every disagreement needs your involvement. When you learn to say, "This is not worth my peace," you become stronger. Strong people choose where to invest their emotions. They do not waste energy on temporary problems. Inner stability also requires strong self-respect. When you respect yourself, you do not lose control easily. You think before speaking. You act with maturity. You do not allow anger to make you look weak. Self-control increases self-respect. Each time you stay calm in a difficult moment, you grow stronger. You prove to yourself that you are in control. Another powerful way to build inner stability is developing patience. Patience is emotional strength. Life moves at its own pace. People change slowly. Success takes time. Understanding takes effort. Impatience creates frustration. Frustration creates anger. Patience reduces tension. Practice patience in small things. Wait without complaining. Listen fully before responding. Allow others to finish speaking. Small patience builds large control. Inner stability also grows when you reduce ego. Ego wants to win every argument. Ego wants to be right always. Ego wants immediate respect. But maturity understands that not every battle is worth fighting. Sometimes silence shows more strength than loud words. When you reduce ego, anger decreases. Another important habit is building mental resilience. Resilience means you recover quickly from stress. When something goes wrong, do not stay angry for hours. Calm yourself quickly. Move forward quickly. Do not replay the situation repeatedly. Replaying increases anger. Release it. Focus on solutions, not on blame. Also, improve your listening skills. Many arguments happen because people do not listen. They interrupt. They assume. They misunderstand. Listen calmly. Understand before responding. Understanding reduces conflict. Conflict reduction reduces anger. Inner stability also requires strong boundaries. If something repeatedly triggers you, communicate clearly. Calmly explain what bothers you. Do not store anger silently. Silent resentment grows into explosion. Clear boundaries protect peace. Remember this clearly. Inner stability is a skill. It is not natural for everyone. It is trained. Each time you pause before reacting, you train stability. Each time you respond calmly, you strengthen control. Over time, anger will not disappear completely, but it will lose its power. You will feel it, but you will manage it. People will notice your calmness. They will respect your maturity. Life becomes lighter when you are not controlled by every emotion. Build inner stability daily. Protect your peace intentionally. Strengthen your patience consistently, because the calmest person in the room is often the strongest. Lesson 8. Master your emotions and lead with calm strength. Controlling anger is not just about avoiding fights. It is about mastering yourself. Anyone can react. Few people can remain calm. Anyone can shout. Few people can speak with controlled strength. Mastering your emotions means you are no longer controlled by the moment. It means you do not allow temporary feelings to create permanent damage. Anger is fast. Calmness is intentional. When you master your emotions, you respond instead of react. Reaction is automatic. Response is chosen. That difference changes your life. When someone insults you, you do not immediately attack. You pause. You evaluate. You decide if it deserves your energy. Often it does not. Emotionally strong people do not waste power on small battles. They think long term. They protect their reputation. They protect their peace. Mastering your emotions also means understanding consequences. One angry message can destroy trust. One uncontrolled moment can damage years of respect. One harsh sentence can break a relationship. Ask yourself before reacting, is this worth the cost? Most of the time, it is not. Leading with calm strength also influences others. When you stay calm, others feel calmer. When you shout, others become defensive. Calmness creates control. Control creates respect. People trust stable individuals. Leaders are not chosen because they are loud. They are chosen because they are steady. Emotional mastery does not mean you never feel anger. It means anger does not control your decisions. You allow yourself to feel, but you decide how to act. This is true power. Another important truth is this. If someone can easily provoke you, they control you. When you control your reaction, you take your power back. You become mentally stronger. You become emotionally independent. Emotionally independent people do not need to prove themselves constantly. They do not need to win every argument. They do not seek validation through dominance. They move quietly and confidently. Mastering emotions also protects your health. Chronic anger increases stress. Stress affects the heart. Stress affects sleep. Stress weakens immunity. Calmness protects your body. Peace protects your mind. Your health is more valuable than any argument. When you master your emotions, life becomes smoother. Conflicts reduce, relationships improve, opportunities increase. People prefer calm individuals. They avoid unstable ones. Mastery requires practice. You will not become calm overnight. You will fail sometimes. You may react quickly sometimes. But each time you reflect and improve, you grow stronger. Do not aim to suppress emotions. Aim to understand and guide them. Anger can be useful when it pushes you to set boundaries. But uncontrolled anger destroys progress. Balance is strength. In every situation, ask yourself, what is the calmest, strong response here? Sometimes it is silence. Sometimes it is clear communication. Sometimes it is walking away. Sometimes it is forgiving. The strongest person is not the one who dominates. It is the one who remains steady when others lose control. Life will test your patience. People will challenge your maturity. Situations will push your limits. But your response decides your character. Master your emotions. Lead with calm strength. Protect your peace. Because when you control your anger, you control your power. And when you control your power, you control your life. Anger is natural. But uncontrolled anger is weakness. Real strength is staying calm when others lose control. Real power is choosing your response instead of reacting automatically. You cannot control every situation. You cannot control every person. But you can control yourself. And that is enough. Each time you pause before reacting, you grow stronger. Each time you choose calmness, you protect your peace. If this video helped you think differently, like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more powerful lessons that help you grow stronger every day. Remember, the strongest person is the one who controls their emotions. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel.